Got a match against Black Luffy. This will be an interesting one. I haven't really considered this matchup much at all. Now, I'm going to mulligan that, I think. Generally looking for the 5-cost Marco and the 5-cost Ace, right? And we've currently seen none of them in 10 cards, but it is what it is. He does have the stage, that's pretty cool. And we'll just attack in 8. Sorry, excuse me there. He's going to take that one. 4 Don, they often play out something like Kuzan. Kuzan's pretty decent. Not too crazy, especially where we've got absolutely nothing to play. But hey, that's not his fault. That's our poor draws. It is what it is. See what he's got. 4 could also be Borsalino. Sometimes you see Laboon in these decks. Obviously Rebecca's there, but that's not very good right now. 3, maybe just a Brook then. I'm going to take this one just to try and get something. That is something. It's not something I love, but... Well, there's Tashigi. I think we'll just attack in 8, hold 2 up for the Red Hawk. In case we're able to get a bit of value out of that. He'll probably take this one again. He's not going to be thrilled about countering. End turn. We're going to 7 next turn. We've still got absolutely nothing to do. This is a really poor hand. This is a really poor hand. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? 6 Don. He might do a Sabo. We're gonna use the Red Hawk here. Get rid of this Tashigi. Yeah, we'll minus this down. Use the Red Hawk. Get rid of that. Resolve. It's not a crazy play, but it's what we have, right? It's what we have. There's the Sabo. He should have done that first. That is a mistake. I sort of assumed he didn't have the Sabo, given that he didn't play it first, and we had 2 Don up. But I guess he just didn't know about the Red Hawk, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, he's going to ditch the Jack and the Robin. We do get a Marco. I like the Marco. We don't have any of... We do have an event. We do have a couple of events, actually. So yeah, we'll swing 7. And then play out the Marco. Probably just get a block and a 2k here. But that's okay. That's okay. You never know. He might just give 2 cards, fearing... I don't know, something. But either way, next turn, 8 Don. He's probably going to be looking to play out Jack. He's going to take, actually. I don't hate that. We've got nothing to get rid of there. End the turn. Nothing to KO. Obviously, it's really nice to KO things like Rebecca in the late game against these black decks, but it is what it is. We've got to play a character at some point, right? And this is the first one I've been able to actually play. We do have the Rayleigh for next turn. Rayleigh is pretty nice to help us deal with Jack. Can also help you deal with Sabo. Pretty good card, pretty good card. Dragon is also a nice option for next turn if we want to just push the pace. I think I'm looking at the Rayleigh more currently. It's going to depend what he does. I'm expecting a Jack. He would need reduction if he wants to remove anything with the Jack. But, you know, maybe he has it. Maybe he has an Ice Age. But that would stop him putting Don on leader. He's just going to do this. That's fine. I think we'll go minus here. Give him the Otama. I think that's fine. It's not too bad. We can do the Rayleigh. Get rid of the Sabo. Minus down the Jack. This is pretty good. Boop, boop, boop. Get rid of that. Pretty good, pretty good. And then we'll do 6-6. Get a couple of cards out of his hand. There's no way he's going down to 1. Would be pretty crazy if he did. We'll do 6-6. I'm not holding anything up for these rad beams yet. We just don't need them. We've got 2 2Ks. We've got leader effect. And we're at full life. So the rad beam's just a 2K. 6 here. He did give us a Sabo on that first swing. I think that's fine. What did he give us there? He gave us the Shirahoshi blocker. Yeah, I'm thrilled to see them gone. Blockers, I don't love them. I don't love them. We do have Roger. He loves them. He loves blockers, does Roger. But this Jack down at 6k, going to make it a little bit awkward for him to do anything meaningful with it. We will see the Nico Robin and the Jack combo. Get rid of this Rayleigh, though. That's pretty nice, I will say that. And then we'll see maybe just a big swing. 3 Don, could be Brook. It's about all it could be. If he swings into this, I mean, we'll just... No, we'll go resolve, we'll use the card action, get rid of the rad beam, bring him back. My boy Marco, yeah, you ain't going nowhere, brother. And he's going to cycle out a card with the 1000 Sunny. That's fine. I'm going to go with the Shanks. I'm going to ram this here, 12 into 7. He wants to save this, it's going to be very costly. And he doesn't. This is still buffing him just about because of the stage, which I don't love. But we'll do 6 on 5. Or sorry, 6 on 6. Get Rebecca out of him. We got rid of the Jack. We got this massive body here. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Robin, bit of a problem. Don't love this Robin being here, but it is what it is. We've got more big dudes coming up. We've got the Roger, got the Dragon. As long as we can keep drawing some stuff, I think we're in a good spot. Happy to take a life soon, if he wants to give us one. He has just been swinging into our Marco lately. Not thrilled to let the Marco die. This Robin can bring this down to 5. He'd need something else to get rid of it with Jack. Well, I'm going to see 8 into 6. I think we'll just go no. And then give him the Odama. I want to keep the lime juice to help deal with Rebecca's. 7 looks like it's going to be Jack. But Jack doesn't remove anything. So, okay, it's not going to be Jack. Maybe Sanji then. Or Rebecca Brooke. Yeah, Rebecca Brooke. Rebecca Brooke's fair. That is fair enough. And then we'll see a big swing coming into the Marco, I presume. We'll ditch the Rad Beam here. I do really want to get rid of this Robin. I don't know if we're going to be able to. Just 7 into 6. I think we'll just go with the lime juice. I really don't love letting this guy die. 2 for brand new. Okay. And he whiffs. Wow, that is brilliant for us. Yeah, you got 1000 Sunny, Shirahoshi, and a Rebecca. We get another Marco. We could kill the Rebecca. I quite like that. We can kill Rebecca, right? We have 5 Don left. I want to keep 1 up for Rad Beam. So we can do 9 into Robin and then 6 into Brooke. That seems pretty good, actually. I like that a lot. Let's go with that. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, and then we'll go 9 into Robin. See what he gives us here. We know his hand must be a bit dodgy. Oh, and he lets it go. How wonderful. We'll go 6 into Brooke. We'll just get the clear. Hold 1 up for the Rad Beam. There's no way you're saving this Brooke. Not after you let the Robin go. If you let the Robin go and save the Brooke, that's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. Yeah, seems good. We'll end the turn there. Hold 1 up for the Rad Beam. Next turn we can start dropping these big dudes. Dragon or Roger. What do we not want to see? We don't want to see Moria, of course. Moria would be pretty good. You got to assume he doesn't have it, though, because he would have played it last turn for sure. This brand new whiffing, very nice for us. You love to see brand new whiff. He does seem to be playing a lot of non-Navy cards, though. Much less Navy in this build than others. Do you see that? We'll use the cart action. Trash the Rad Beam. If he wants to attack into it, we will finally have to let it go. But it is what it is. He's done a great job. Marco's done a great job. He's stuck around, got so much value. Yeah, okay, you got him. And then the 5 on 5 will just be negated. So yeah, that's cool. I think we're just going to go with the Dragon here. We don't need to hold anything up for anything. So we'll do 7 with Marco. He's going to have to take this one. I mean, I guess he doesn't have to. Yeah, I mean, he's going to counter. Okie dokie. We'll deploy this there. We'll do 7, and then we'll do 9. We can hold 1 up. We don't have anything to use it with, but we might as well, because these are both guaranteed. Next turn, we can just play Roger, and that's the win. Unless he has some way to heal, which I don't think Black does. Pretty tough game for our opponent. Finding no Morias, always a rough one. I do think there's a couple of plays he could have made slightly differently. I'm also not a huge fan of this stage in the build. I don't think the stage is that great. But in general, this deck does kind of struggle into red. We'll just go with the card action. Negate him down. Marco can block another swing. None of this really matters, right, though, because we got Roger. Roger is just incredible. He's at 0, so we win. But he's obviously got to play as if we don't have Roger. He doesn't know that we have it. We might not. You never know. If Marco dies, I can bring him back by trashing the 0 cost as well, which is awesome. It's really awesome. Yep, we'll resolve that. We'll use the card action. Bring him back. You got to swing into him again now, brother. And you've got to get a blocker, otherwise you just lose anyway. These Marcos and Aces are so good into these black decks, man. I really see why this build was able to go far in a meta filled with decks like Lucci. Just being able to negate KOs is so broken. It's so broken. And I need to pick up some full arts of this Marco, man, before the prices go crazy. 10 into 9. Yep, you got it, buddy. You got it. What's this? 5 for Sabo? Yep, there's 5 for Sabo. We don't care. He's going to do double E shows. Yep, here's Roger. Good luck. 5 on 5. Go on, give us the Roger win. Give us the Roger win. GG's. Well played to our opponent there. Some slightly tough draws, I think. We also had we had a really weird start, right? This was the game where we just played nothing until, what was it, 7 Don turn where we played the first Marco. And we just kept our dudes on the board. Just kept our dudes around all game. Really nice. Well played to our opponent, and let's get into the next one. Got a game against Teach. He's chosen to go second, of course. I quite like this hand. I do quite like this hand. I'm going to keep. Now, we've got nothing on 1. On 3, we're just going to be swinging 8. On that 5 Don, we've got either the Marco or the Ace, depending on what he does on his first couple turns, which I quite like. I do quite like that. Would be nice to see the Sanji 2k, but you know, it is what it is. He has a Lafitte, that wouldn't be ideal, but we do just see the Hachinosu. Ditching a Stronger. Gonna grab a Stronger, that's fine. Nothing too crazy there. And 1 Don for This Is My Age. Gonna get a Van Auger. Ditching a Van Auger and a Finger Gun. Always nice to see those Finger Guns gone. So we'll just do 8. Keep it simple. Now next turn, if he plays out something I can get rid of a Marco, I'll do Marco. Obviously, assuming he gives us on plays. If he doesn't, we'll just play the Ace. Ace not being able to be removed is a really nice character to get down. Is really good. Hachinosu's going to trash Hachinosu, grab Doc Q. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. 7 into 5, we'll just take this first one. We get a Lime Juice. Maybe 2 for Doc Q here. See if he wants to use his leader effect. See if he wants to play the Doc Q. Could also be a... Right, I was going to say it could be a Lafitte, but it isn't a Lafitte. It's just a Doc Q. We'll go in for 5 on 5. See if he wants to counter that. He might. 5 on 5, not too bad to counter. Blackbeard doesn't counter a lot, but this one's not too bad, honestly. I quite like that one. Yeah, it gives us the Shiryu. And as we do have on plays, we'll get rid of this Doc Q. He can draw a card, but we clear the Doc Q, which is really nice. And get this sticky body with the Marco. We do have a Red Hawk to save it this turn. If he can remove it with a, what's it called, Black Hole, it is what it is. We do know he has the Stronger. Going to ditch the VV, so it is the VV blocker build. I really like this build. Funny trigger blockers, they're always pretty funny. There's Lafitte, but yeah, if he has the Stronger and a Black Hole, he could remove our Marco without us being able to recycle it. But looks like we're just going to see a Lafitte come down potentially, which I don't hate. I think the Lafitte's good. Forces us to deal with that rather than dealing with him, which is always nice. This big Shanks is going to be very impactful for the late game. Dealing with those Blackbeards, pushing them down to 11k whilst being 12 himself is very nice. Does get the Black Hole. Not quite going to be able to deal with the Marco this turn because he is a 5-cost character. And Black Hole only hits a 4. See what he does with the remaining 4 Don. If he has a Jesus Burgess, this could be a good turn. He doesn't. We're going to just minus down and we'll give him a Lime Juice here. I don't really want to go down to 3 this early. Although he hasn't really been able to develop any Jesus Burgess, so there might have been something to say for going down. What are we seeing? We see Leader Effect and then Doc Q. Okay, so no on plays. We're on 7. We don't really have any on plays we want to use anyway. We're just going to be doing this Ace. I'll start with 5 into Lafitte, get rid of that. Keep it nice and simple. Then I'm debating whether we go 6 into him and bother holding 2 up for the Red Hawk. But I don't think we do. I think we're okay to just go hard. Get him down to 3, lay out this Ace, start putting on a lot of pressure with these bodies that just can't be removed. Obviously no on-plays, but that's fine. We don't really have... On-play, Rayleigh would be nice next turn. Rayleigh would be nice next turn. But he's going to have trouble dealing with any of these. Does have the black hole. Needs reduction plus black hole to deal with either of them. Otherwise, we can potentially save them. Which is pretty good. It is pretty good. This ace, he just can't deal with at all. Unless he has double removal and reduction. Which is not happening. This Marco, he can try and deal with... If he has the... well, with black hole he can remove either. But if he doesn't have black... He doesn't use the black hole... He can try and deal with the Marco by attacking into it. We do only have one counter event. We'll just do that there. That's not too crazy. Nothing else doing there. They're not playing any rush units yet. The rush Jesus is in set 10. Not quite out yet. We do see the Hachinosu trashing the Shiryu. Grabbing a Jesus Burgess. Might see that hit the field. That's quite a nice card. That is quite a nice card. Not sure if we'll see him yet, though. Next turn, whether we have on-plays or not, it's kind of looking like a Rayleigh turn, which I don't love. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We do see... Was this... Did he play this? Played it to nullify the ace. Okay, and then finger gun to get rid of the ace. Interesting, and then he didn't use his leader effect. I don't love this play. I don't love this play at all, because we can just do this dragon here now, right? Yeah, this is really good. We can do 7 with Marco, 7 with leader, 9 with dragon. We're going to get him down to 1, probably, maybe even 0. Making it really hard, and then from the next turn we've got this Shanks. He might be able to set up the Blackbeard blocker. He gets a funny blocker there. I don't love that, but it is what it is. It's a card out of his hand. When he blocks with it. 9 on 5. He's going to need to... Yeah, he can't go down to 0 because of Roger. Roger just says, lol, you lose. The Blackbeard's probably going to come down, freeze this dragon out of attacking. It's not great. It's really not great. We do have this Shanks with the Marco that can attack. We've got the Shanks that can attack. It's not looking good. There is the Blackbeard. Nullify the leader effect. Stop the dragon from doing anything. 5 on 5. We'll just go... No. That's okay. See if he wants to use his leader effect. He does. Nope, that was Hachinosu. Gonna grab a big Blackbeard. Okie dokie. See what he's got here. Is he going to use leader effect? He is. He's going to ditch the Van Augur. We get another 2k. That's a lot of 2ks. But yeah, I think we're just doing this Shanks, right? Yeah, we're just doing this Shanks. So we'll attack in 5 on 5, get a card out of his hand. Or a blocker. One or the other. One or the other. Don't mind leaving this Marco standing up if he doesn't block this one. So he should block this one. I think he really should block this one. He doesn't. He gives us a Jesus. We'll deploy this. We'll attack in at 12 on 5. Presumably he's going to have to take. He might have to block 2. If he does block 2, we'll attack with Marco. If not, we'll just leave Marco standing up. Create the awkward situation for him by playing this first to reduce the Master Duty Teacher's power. It'd have to be a block and a 2, which is not great. We know he's ditched a couple of 2s already. Do believe he still has a stronger in hand. So getting that out will be quite nice. We are going to see the block and the stronger. And then we'll attack in 6 on 5. Maybe get another 2. He's going to take. Not great. You know he's not thrilled. You know he's not thrilled because Roger is game. Roger is now game. Which is terrifying. And he has to Blackbeard again this turn to stun this Shanks. Realistically, he can't attack with this. This is going to be 5 into leader. And that's about it. And we're probably going to take the 5. He does go with the Hachinosu. Gets rid of Kaido. That's a card you don't see every day in Blackbeard. That is an interesting inclusion. Grabs a Shiryu off of that. So we do at least know he has 2k counter. There's the Teach. Nullify the leader. Nullify this. Very nice. Very nice. See what he wants to do here. He's got 5. He can swing by all means. But that's about it. We've got 3 attacks next turn. Honestly, I'm going to take this one. Just a Beckman. That's not crazy. That is not crazy. Now, he shouldn't use leader effect this turn, I don't think. Because Roger is just win anyway. It's a board effect. So there's not much he's blocking with leader effect. If he has a counterless card, he could do it. I mean, okay. This is a really bad play. That's a terrible play. That's absolutely... I don't think it mattered, but that's absolutely terrible. He does use Kaido to shut down our on plays. But yeah, that was a shocking play. We'll just do 9 here. He only has 1 blocker. This is guaranteed game. We're just doing the math. It's 9, then it's 9, then it's big. Yep, just the block there. Very nice. We'll do 9 with this Marco. If you've got 2-2-1, you can counter. If not, yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah, that was a really bad play. It didn't matter clearly there, because if he'd been able to block this with the teach, and then we just attack again for even more. But GG. Yeah, GG to our opponent. He played really well up to that point. That attack into the Marco was really poor, but it is what it is. Sometimes you forget the Marco's on KO. You might have been hoping that we didn't have an event. I think either way, you're supposed to leave the teach up there. But regardless, GG to our opponent, and let's get into the next one. If you've made it this far in the video, I'm going to assume you're enjoying it. Please drop a sub for more Shanks gameplay on Shanks Saturday. Got a game against Sanji. Pretty interesting. I think I'm going to choose first. What are we looking for? This Marco's quite good, but I think I am really looking for Beckman. So I'm going to mulligan. There's the Beckman. I like this hand a lot. We can even play out Hongo on 3, which is actually pretty good. Hongo in this matchup. Ooh, it's Film Sanji. I saw... Who was it? I think it was Vivi Theory. Was playing this weird Film Sanji build. Really cool, actually. Big fan. Do we want to play out Hongo? You know what? I think I do. I'm going to swing 5 on 5. See if he wants to take or counter. Yeah, you think he might counter that one. I'm going to play out the Hongo. End the turn. We don't have much counter now. It's fine. I don't mind taking this first hit. Next turn, we're probably going to be playing out the Marco. The Marco-Hongo combo is actually really... And say that 10 times fast. Marco-Hongo combo. You'd love to see it. But that's actually pretty cool. Lets us KO a 5k power dude. Which is pretty sick. Can't lie. There's 6. We'll just take this one. We just get an Odama. That's fine. Then, okay, we're going to see 6 with Luffy. We'll go minus here and give him not the Marco, but the Ace. So I guess we don't need the Marco-Hongo combo, but we're going to play the Marco anyway. We'll do 5 at life. We can keep the Hongo up. Who knows? You never know when you'll need him. Get rid of that. End the turn. Pretty good. Gum Gum Red Hawk. Actually could be quite good in this matchup. Interaction's a bit weird, right? Because let's do this. Let's deal with this first. We'll go card action and then give him one of these Beckmans, I think. Yeah, we'll give him a Beckman. Because obviously the rush doesn't interact with Red Hawk terribly well. We're going to take this one. No trigger there. We could hold 2 up for that. Okay, we get Rayleigh. That's really nice. Going to be using the Beckman to get rid of this Luffy. We'll go 5 on 5. See what he wants to do with that. Gives us a Luffy. We'll go 6 on 5. I really like this artwork of Luffy. This is really clean. Then we'll go with Beckman. Get rid of that. End the turn. But yeah, like I was trying to say. Never mind. This is all gas, no brakes. We're going to go no on that one. Give him the Odama. Then maybe a Wapol's coming down. Okay, it's just Vanilla Rush. Okay, I like it. We'll go Resolve. We get a Rayleigh. That's fine. We've got the guard point. I like guard point. I do like guard point. I think we're going to go with the big Rayleigh here. We can negate this down quite a lot. So we can bring this down to 6. We can't quite KO it, even with the Hongo combo. But we can bring it down a lot. We can hold 1 up. Then we can ram some attacks into him. We'll deploy this. -3 here. Nothing else. Nothing else. Then we'll do the Hongo combo. Bring him down to 4. We'll attack 5 on 4, then 6 on 4, then 7 on 4. Never mind, lets it go. We'll do 6 on 5. He's going to give us a 2k Saga. Going to go 7 on 5. He'll have to take this one. I would have thought. This is a nice 2k, yeah. But yeah, the Red Hawk interaction, because all these dudes are rush, we're not typically getting a KO. Especially against this, like, vanilla beatdown type build. But it's still a good card. It's still 4k counter, which is pretty good. He's going to take that one. We're going to hold 1 up for the guard points. Next turn, probably, we've got enough board here. I think we don't need the Shanks, although the Shanks can just remove that, which is 9 on 5. We can get out of this just, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we just let that get banished. That's fine. You can swing 7 with Sanji. Where's he swinging 7? If he goes into Hongo, that would be smart. Okay, that's... But we can just let this die, right? Cancel, resolve, use the card action. Yeah, I'll ditch one of these Red Hawks. Bring him back. We get a 0 cost, very clean. I think we will go with the Shanks, remove this Luffy. So we'll start with 5 at life. See what he does with that. Then we'll go 6, 7, 8. Get rid of this, and then on the next turn we're going for game. We can also go for game this turn. Is an option. It is an option. I might do the 7 with Beckman next. See how he responds to this. He's going to give us 1k there with that Luffy. We'll go with the Beckman next. 7 on 5. He's got to be scared because we are threatening lethal, right? We are threatening lethal. So he should probably be countering this 7 on 5. Yep, and he does. Gives us the Saga and the Shiraya. So now I think we'll just go with the 6 into the 8. Does give us another 2k. We're going to go with the 8. Then we'll go with the Shanks. Get rid of that. End the turn. Next turn, we've got game guaranteed. But he's got to find a way to get us. I don't think it's possible. Not with a 0 cost, a Rayleigh, and leader effect. And 1 life as backup. You'd need that for a start. So if we take this, he has another 9. We can get out of a 9 though, right? Because we can go to 8, we can go to 9, and then leader effect we go to 10. We should counter this. No, we shouldn't counter this one, because then he could divide and conquer with a rush Zoro. So we go no, we go take, we go no, and then we hope he doesn't have, was it King Kong gun? King Kong Gatling? He didn't have it. Use the card action, go 0, ditch the Shanks, and then go with the Rayleigh. So that was actually a pretty close game. I probably could have played a little bit differently at the end there if he had the Gum Gum King Kong gun. Oh, sorry, Gum Gum King Kong Gatling to buff the Sanji. We'd have actually lost. So the vanilla rush down surprisingly good. You know, surprisingly good. But either way, GG's to our opponent. And let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to try something different. I've decided to put the deck list and deck discussion all at the end. I've noticed a significant drop-off immediately into the video, which isn't there when we start with immediate gameplay. So I'm hoping this will get more people to watch more of the video, basically. Clearly people aren't as interested in the deck lists as the gameplay itself. Some people have already seen the list. Some people just want to get an idea of how this is going to play out. So we're going to try putting this at the end. If you're interested in these lists, stick to the end and we'll go over them. I might try this going forward. We'll see how it goes. So this is the list that made the finals in the Aichi Cs. I decided to just copy it one for one, give it a go. Massive congratulations to the second place player from the Aichi Cs. This is a really cool list. Big fan, actually. I really think some of these includes are really good. I think there's definitely some things I'm not 100% on, but without any further waffling, let's talk about the cards. 4 Otama, best red 2k in the game. This gets crazy value with all your KO dudes. Really good card. This is one of the big new includes. You got the 5 cost Marco. So this is pretty cool. It KOs a lot, right? It KOs Teach, KOs any of the searchers or stackers in Doflamingo, KOs Rebecca, of course. That's very impactful. And just being another sticky body that's great against black into like Black Luffy, Smoker, Black Lucci, even Blackbeard. Obviously, they can negate his effect with Black Hole, but that's a very specific card, and it forces reduction as well because he is 5 cost. So it makes their life difficult at least. I'm a big fan of this. It also gives your events something to do other than counter, which quite often you'll get gummed up on a bunch of these Gum Red Hawks towards the end of the game, and you can't afford to leave 2 Don up for them always. This is really nice early game. I am tempted to go down to 3 on this in favour of another, maybe one of these guard points or rad beams. But yeah, either way, I think the Marco's a great include, and I'll definitely be playing with him some more. I think you can see in some of these games how good this card is, just at sticking around. One of the Shanks, a bit weird playing one of these where he's not searchable, but the card is very good. In the right situation, this card is broken. There are situations where this is not so good, but this gets such good removal on so many things. 9 cost Kaido, 9 cost Luffy, 9 cost Lin. Anything in green other than the green Shanks, this is great against. But honestly, your green matchup is very strong anyway. But this is great. In Mirror, obviously it can't get rid of this Shanks. We're not choosing to play, what's he called, Building Snake in this build. But you can move Ben Beckman, you can move Rayleigh, you can move Dragon. Great. 4 of these Dragon, this card is crazy in this deck. You get such good value playing this on 8 or 9. If Rayleigh's just not a good play, or if Ben Beckman's just not a good play, if your opponent doesn't have anything you want to remove, just play Dragon. Give 2 Don to your leader, swing 7, swing 9. So much pressure, really good card, and this stat line is really hard for your opponent to deal with. 8 cost is big enough that Black has to invest a decent amount of stuff into removing him, and you've already got the value, right? And 9k power is enough that Red can't remove him efficiently. You can't remove this with, for example, Otama Rayleigh, right? Otama Rayleigh hits an 8, well, he's 9, so it's pretty good. For the Rayleigh, this has been stable for quite a while. I don't think this is going anywhere. We are on 4 of the Rush Shanks. This is really nice for Mirror. This is really nice for Purple Luffy. This is really nice against Dofi once you get there. This card's just great into kind of everything. It's great into Blackbeard, and getting those 12k blockers down to 11 is very impactful. Obviously, they can turn his effect off, but then you play another one, and it's all good. It makes them have 2ks. They don't play a lot of 2ks. They often like to ditch their 2ks with This Is My Age or with Hachinosu, so it really forces the issue. 3 of this Rayleigh, I was mixed on this guy. I'm still mixed on this guy, but I'm seeing it a bit more. The more I play, the more I'm seeing why Rayleigh is so strong. Just being a blocker that can cycle out some of these dead cards, some of these Red Hawks, these aces when you don't need them. Like extra top end, if you've got a few Rayleighs and you don't want any more, you can play this Rayleigh, get something new. This is really nice towards the end of the game. On 5 or 6, this card kind of sucks. You can use it into Purple Luffy, you can use it into Dofi if the game's getting a bit out of control. But ideally, you want to control the game, certainly against Dofi, with this Red Hawk early. And some of these other events as well. And then this Rayleigh comes out late game to just sort of put a guy there who says, no, actually you can't go for game now. You have to deal with the board. And our board of dudes is just, they're just all so big that it's really hard to deal with the board. So I'm a big fan of the Rayleigh. We've got the Beckman, 4 of him, he's not going anywhere. This is a classic. 4 of each of the red hair 2Ks. Hongo is great. I love this Hongo Marco combo. This is the new thing that I've sort of found in these last few games. Being able to play out Hongo on 3, Marco on 5, KO 5k. It's so good, man. And then the Hongo's a blocker because your opponent has to deal with him. Otherwise, he just gets crazy value. And we know Lime Juice. This card's great. Turns off blockers, Rebecca blockers, Onami blockers, anything. And he combined with Otama. Otama Lime Juice turns off basically any blocker in the game. Other than Blackbeard, of course. But yeah, great card, great card. 1 Roger. He comes up sometimes. Sometimes he's just a 10-13 rush. Card's just good. It really forces the issue against Blackbeard. This is basically like our version of Diablo Jambe. We're obviously not Straw Hats, we can't play that. But we can play Roger, and he's nearly as good. 3 of the Ace. This is your second body that just kind of sticks around against Black. This is better into things like Lucci, because where you come in untapped, your opponent can't really double pop him very easily on that 6 Don turn. And then he's there, and then on the 7 Don turn, you play out something like Beckman, Marco, or another ace, and then you just suddenly build up this massive board that can't be dealt with, and you don't have to have events to save him, unlike Marco, which is really good. Big fan of this. I'll definitely be playing this in my Shanks build, 100%. Red Hawk, I think, is now a staple. It's really good into so many things. Purple Black Luffy, it forces them to play really weirdly with the Purple Zoro, forces them to do unoptimal lines. This is obviously really good into Dofi. They play out 5k character, you can kill it, pretty good. It's not too crazy into most other things, but you know, it comes up here and there. It does come up here and there. If Lucci has to sequence awkwardly and you can Red Hawk their Rebecca, that's great. You just got rid of the blocker, brilliant. And it just comes up randomly. It's a good card. Even just on your, like, if you go second and you've got nothing on 2, you just pass. You can just use this on your opponent's 3 to get out of like an 8k swing. Which is just fine. It's just fine. 2 Rad Beams, good card, and we've got 2 guard points. This is great early game. This is obviously better late game. Both of them have the same trigger, which is fine. I think a 2-2 split's pretty cool. I wouldn't change these. And 2 of the 0 cost. Big fan of this. We do have a lot of bricks. Got all these boss monsters are bricks. And other events can be bricks in certain situations. I think 2 of the 0 cost is good. I think this list is really good. There's not much I'm looking to change. I'd potentially like to find room for one more blocker, whether it's a Rayleigh or a Shiraya. Unsure. Finding what to cut's hard, man, because these cards are so good into the black matchups. And both Lucci and Blackbeard, I think, can be really popular, especially in the West. We love our black decks over in the West, much more than Japan. But I do think Lucci and Blackbeard both can be pretty crazy popular. But yeah, let me know what you think. Well, let me know what you think about this list. I think this guy's a really intelligent deck builder. The second place player from Aichi, shout out to him. I think this is a really intelligent build of Shanks. Has answers for a lot of the top decks, and I'll definitely be playing some more. We'll have some more gameplay with this build up on Saturday for Shanks Saturday. We can't miss it. But with that said, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.